Title: The Missing Mile. I never used to believe in the supernatural. Ghost stories, urban legends, cursed places, they were all just stories to me. That was before I drove through a stretch of highway in northern Pennsylvania that locals refer to, in hushed voices, as the Missing Mile. I was on a solo road trip across the Appalachian region, looking to unwind after a stressful year. No itinerary, just the open road. It was late afternoon when I passed through a small, almost deserted town called Millersfield. My GPS froze for a moment, and I noticed a handwritten sign at a fork in the road that read Route 77, shortcut to Allegheny. I figured I'd shave off 30 minutes of driving, so I took it. The road was strangely quiet. No cars ahead or behind. The trees on either side of the narrow, two-lane road leaned in, as if trying to touch each other above my car. After driving for what felt like 20 minutes, I checked the clock and realized time hadn't moved. It still read 5:42 p.m. My phone was completely dead, though it had been at 80% just minutes ago. The air felt thicker, like it was pressing down on me. That's when I noticed the same tree, same broken limb, same peeling bark pass by me again. I thought I was imagining it, but then it happened a fourth time. I pulled over, shaken. I got out of the car and stood in the middle of the road. Silence, no birds, no wind. Even the air felt wrong, like I was standing underwater. Then, I noticed something chilling. There were no tire tracks behind me. The gravel was completely undisturbed. I should have kicked up some dust or left some sign of movement, but the road behind me was pristine. I got back in the car, heart racing, and floored it. I must have driven for 30 more minutes, yet the trees never changed. No signs, no exits, not even mile markers. That's when I saw a figure on the side of the road. It was a man, tall and gaunt, wearing old-fashioned clothes like someone from the 1940s. He didn't look at me, just stared straight ahead. Against every instinct, I slowed down. When I passed him, he turned his head slowly to face me, and I swear to God, his eyes were hollow. Black pits, no pupils, no whites. Just emptiness. I accelerated, but when I looked in the rearview mirror, he was gone. No trace of him, no shadow. Just the road stretching endlessly behind me. Eventually, the sky started to darken, though the sun hadn't moved. It was like nightfall was crawling. And unnaturally, I started to hear a hum, a deep, vibrating noise, almost mechanical, that made my teeth ache. The dashboard lights flickered. I tried to turn the car around, but the steering wheel was stiff, like it was resisting me. The road now looked unfamiliar. Jagged rocks appeared on either side. The trees were no longer trees twisted, skeletal forms with no leaves, just limbs like arms reaching out. And then I saw her. A woman stood in the middle of the road ahead, wearing a white hospital gown. Her feet were bare, covered in blood. Her hair hung over her face. I slammed on the brakes and the car skidded, but when it stopped, she was gone. In her place, a rusted wheelchair sat empty. I got out of the car again, panicked, and screamed for help. Nothing. Just that damned humming sound. I opened my trunk to grab my emergency flashlight, and it was full of dirt. Just dirt. No supplies, no bag, no water. Like everything I'd packed was erased, I started walking. I don't know why. I just couldn't stay in the car anymore. The road didn't end. It stretched on like some cruel loop. I walked until I saw a diner up ahead. It was lit up, warm inside. A red neon sign buzzed, Eddie's Pit Stop. It looked out of place like something out of a postcard from the 60s. I ran to the door and burst in. The bell above the door jingled. Everyone turned to stare. Their eyes they all had the same black, empty pits. I backed out slowly, and the door slammed shut on its own. When I turned around, the diner was gone. Just trees again. Then I heard a whisper right next to my ear. "You've been here before." I spun around, heart in my throat. No one was there. Just the trees, now swaying. Though there was no wind, I kept walking. Hours, days, I don't know how long. Eventually, I collapsed from exhaustion on the gravel. That's when I saw headlights. A pickup truck stopped and an old man got out. He looked real, solid. He dragged me into the truck and said nothing. He dropped me off back in Millersfield without a word. My phone was working again. It was 5:43 p.m. Only 1 minute had passed. But I was covered in scratches, dirt, and my shoes were shredded. When I asked the gas station clerk about Route 77, he looked pale and said, "That road was shut down in 1979. Landslide took it out, ain't been used in decades." I tried to go back. I needed proof that the road isn't there anymore. Just a collapsed path overtaken by forest. Every once in a while, I still hear that hum, especially at night. And sometimes I swear I see that woman in the hospital gown standing at the edge of the woods, watching me. I left something behind on that road, or maybe something followed me out.